Welcome to episode 200 of TVI, live from Carl's house. We'll introduce you, then we'll get back
Carl loves big
Carl
dicks.
Loves Big Dicks. If you're watching the video, you can see my mug that JJ, our guest Jason John Whitehead, is drinking from. That was a gift from Sean James. Do you know
from
Sean
Twyla.
James? But we were just talking about Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I
think he's overrated.
I like
now.
early Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I like sort of now he's
Big
starting to do
Tom
a
Hanks.
few like things that are alright, but that sort of Forrest Gump era I don't like.
Really?
Oh, you don't like that era?
I think Forrest Gump's a terrible film.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's shit.
That seems like such a rough take.
I think it's
That's one of his best films.
I think it's a toxic piece of cinema.
Really? You don't
Yeah,
just think
about
it's a
American
fun-
essentialism, and I think it's all about like keep your head down, don't make a fuss, and you'll be all right.
You might have
I
watched
like
the
that
film
message.
wrong. there's a possibility you
That might
might
be the
have.
porn version.
Yeah, you might have taken one of the most light-hearted romps through history and cinematic history.
Romance.
That's why it's done.
Gone.
That's
You
'cause
know what?
it's-
This has
Underdog.
an evil
That's because
message.
it's convinced you. You fell for it, mate. It's
I fell for the corruption of listening to Fortunate Son and the soundtrack, fantastic soundtrack.
It was like the underdog can do anything, I guess.
No, but it's not just the underdog. It's the underdog who plays by the rules and sticks to what that goes into an illegal war.
He didn't even understand the rules.
Exactly. That's what it's saying. If you're
The
dumb,
war was needed,
if you're dumb
though.
and don't care, then you're going to be all right. Anyone in that film who cares and tries to do anything different dies of AIDS.
I want to hear the Carl Donnelly take
that's
on,
how it
on
should
every
be.
movie.
That's utopia
it's not.
to me.
I'm obviously exaggerating, but like Jenny is the perfect. Jenny's
Jenny's a teen.
Jenny. She is an anti-war activist. She's part of the sexual revolution. She dies of AIDS.
Does she?
He is a dumb. That's
What?
what she dies of in it. She gets into drugs.
I
She's
need
a
to
drug addict.
rewatch that. I don't remember AIDS
Forrest.
being in
It's called
Forrest Gump.
cinematic license.
Forrest is dumb.
Fonda
Forrest
did
is
all
dumb,
that.
and no one knows. Probably mentally disabled.
I mean,
Probably.
I would
But
say
it's never.
he was
again,
definitely.
But yeah, but it's never. They never mention what it is he's got.
This Tom Hanks just totally misread the character, played it like that.
Yeah, that was his
He was
hot
an
take.
intelligent. He was an intelligent aristocrat.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So-
he's multi-talented. You know all the things.
He's
Tom
one of the
Hanks goes,
it was
How
about-
about if I play him like a
one
little
of the
bit slow?
long distance runners in the world.
So, yeah.
It was about.
So she died. She's like a testament that if you try and actually change anything, you're gonna die. But if you're him and you're dumb and you just partake without any actual
But it
understanding,
wasn't. That was the
then
message.
you're gonna be a millionaire.
It wasn't
Yeah,
saying
right.
that was
That
the
was-
good message.
No,
It
that's
was-
exactly what it's saying.
It's a wild take.
It's saying that's the sign of the time. That's the situation.
Wow,
That's
the
how
way
it was.
you must watch movies.
Every
What's
movie,
your latest take
every
on
movie,
Indiana
I
Jones?
think,
AIDS,
is
I
a
didn't know
piece
that.
of American propaganda.
What's your latest take on Indiana Jones?
I haven't seen it yet, but that's going to be about American.
That's just pure racism.
You just don't want to watch American films.
No, I don't. I'm joking, but like,
That's an
you're a young-
anti-trans
Let's
film.
ask Lucas, who's young. You're a younger generation. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
What's your take as a younger person?
Yeah, no, I can see your point. It is about the war. It is very pro-America, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Of course it is.
But it's a great film.
Yeah, all right. I just don't love
That's it. That's all the argument had to go.
I was quite
That's
young
great
when I
film.
watched it.
No,
I
but
don't remember.
I don't. It's a well-made film, and
Yeah.
it's got a lot of
It is
sentiment.
about America. It's
over
all the
sentimental.
pieces of American history.
Told through the eyes of an idiot. I don't want to see that.
I think that sums it up nicely. But that's a better summary than what you said earlier. It's about American essentialism, the corruption within, and it tries to tell you that if you fight to change anything, you'll die of AIDS. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's somewhere in
I
between
didn't know
those two
she died of
opinions.
AIDS. I'm still
Yeah,
surprised.
she gives it to him on purpose. I remember. She knows she's got
What?
it, and then she
Wait a
sleeps
minute.
with him.
What take is that?
She knows she has
What?
it, and she sleeps with him.
Hang on, she sleeps with Forrest.
Yeah.
Does he get AIDS?
Yeah,
No.
he dies in the end. That's how he
He
gets
dies
it.
of
No.
AIDS.
I thought
Forrest
that's how it
Gump.
ends.
Are you mixing up
Life
films?
is like a box
Yeah.
of chocolates with AIDS.
Life is like a box of
You're
AIDS.
mixing it up with Titanic. That wasn't Jenny.
You always
that
know what
pushes. Then she pushes.
You never
Forrest
know
off
what
the
type
door.
of AIDS you're gonna get.
You always know what you're gonna get.
What about his
AIDS?
what about his baby? I thought there was something wrong with
Baby
that.
does-
They had
No,
AIDS
you think
as
everyone's
well.
got AIDS?
No,
Let me
he's
check.
a smart kid.
The baby
Remember, he
started
asked
the
Jenny
AIDS.
I'll check.
at the end.
He doesn't die. She dies,
Oh
and then
my
he
God.
lives on with Forrest Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has no learning disabilities.
No, he's really smart.
Or
What the
AIDS.
kid is, yeah.
Yeah. I just.
But
I've-
Forrest was quite insightful and philosophical, wasn't he, with his outlook on life?
Well, sometimes it shows you how you have to simplify things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys.
Okay, this is where that was.
Oh no, he
such
doesn't get it. I was wrong.
Yeah.
There we go. It doesn't
Oh.
get, yeah,
I think
Forrest
there's
Gump
a
does
lot
not
of
die
wrong
of
going
AIDS.
on in this chat right now. There's but this started
need
off
to-
as a Tom Hanks thing though, but because you like Big.
Look, so I like Big. So what
Big's
I'm saying
a
is,
classic.
Here's what
I'll show you what
I will
mean.
give you this about Tom Hanks. He cannot do, other than Forrest Gump, actually, but he cannot do characters.
No.
He can do any Tom Hanksy.
Yes.
Because I saw Otto on the plane.
I didn't watch that purely based
and
on
it's
the
a
poster.
perfectly nice.
What about
film
Goosebumps? He was good in that, wasn't he? Was
Goosebumps.
it called Goosebumps?
What is that? Isn't that a Jack Black kids?
Oh, it might be, yeah.
fictional-
Yeah, that's
Alright.
what that is.
Oh, what was that film where the house is haunted and they're in that little community, and one of the house? I mean, the
You're thinking
list.
of David Pumpkins. His,
Oh,
The
yeah.
Birds.
I'm thinking of
Who's in the-
Amityville Horror. No, he was in that. Yeah, as a young.
Does everybody know who Tom Hanks is? for a start.
Dragnet was good as
Let's
well.
go through his films. I'll show you what I mean.
He's just doing a dude.
That was a good. So Dragnet era is good.
At any point in his life.
Tom Hanks. What's the other guy in it?
So look,
Ghostbuster. What's
Here we
his
go.
But his
So
work
let's do
as-
Dragnet, good. Big, good. Punchline, that's all about stand-up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good.
The Burbs, good.
The
Turner and
the
Hooch,
Burbs I'm
good.
thinking of.
Joe versus the Volcano, good. Bonfire of the Vanities, good. So that's 1990. Goes shit around 92, League of Their Own. That's when he turned into what I think of as modern Tom Hanks.
But that
Sleepless
was
in
good. League
Seattle.
of Their Own's very good.
No.
Was that Madonna in that?
Philadelphia. No, he didn't. He wasn't good.
He had
I
AIDS
think
in
he could've-
Philadelphia,
they could've
didn't
got
he?
a better actor for
Oscar
Philadelphia.
nominated
Oh, maybe that's what I'm
movie,
thinking,
Philadelphia.
It's about
Wasn't he
American
ill?
Essentialism.
Yeah, capitalism and greed.
And what happens if you fight against
You
it?
die of AIDS.
mate. My point stands.
Castaway, that's good.
Castaway.
Shit. I hate
You don't like
Castaway.
Really?
Castaway?
That was
The American
good.
imperialism.
No. Toy
Little
Story.
Wilson.
I can't
All right.
wait to find out what you like.
Saving Private Ryan. Shit.
Saving
my God,
Private
that's
Say
Ryan.
that shit. That's a great
It's
film.
That is-
all right.
That is a banger of a
okay.
That
film.
is a
That's a good
smashing film.
Nah, mate.
Oh man,
Green Mile.
that is-
Green Mile. Dog shit.
Oh,
Green Mile.
And
Green
then,
Mile was a classic.
Yeah, that's
I watched that on my own, the whole thing.
Road to Perdition. All right.
Not seen
that
it.
was
Not
terrible.
seen
That was
Road
his,
to Perdition
that was his
bad.
best film for that last decade.
Yeah, that's,
The Terminal, crap. Polar Express, crap.
Oh, yeah, I
Da
bet
Vinci
that's
Code,
shit.
crap.
Yeah, I bet shit.
Like the 2000s were an absolute dog's dinner for
I
him.
think that's a good.
The next good
crap.
film he does probably wasn't until, I mean, taking out the Toy Stories, I'll give him those. I think he was good in, oh man, what's that one?
Who's your favorite actor, Carl?
I don't have one. Don't like films. No,
Did you like Captain Phillips?
Captain Phillips was the one I was about to say. That was the first
Yeah.
one I saw him in.
That's based
in
on a true
adulthood
story,
that I
wasn't
was
it?
like, he's actually, that's him acting. He's got some chops.
I
there,
liked that one,
rather
yeah.
than just playing Tom Hanks.
But at
I
least
think-
he's still just being a guy.
Yeah.
Because in the Elvis film.
In the Elvis film, he
movie
was
really-
rubbish,
He
man.
was definitely. He was
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched. I turned it off
not
after
the good
10. I
bit.
thought the film was shit.
I loved the film.
it's
I
a
didn't. I
good
thought he
film,
was a
but
terrible bit of casting.
He wasn't good.
I don't think
He wasn't
Elvis was a
at
good
that character.
casting
I thought
either.
he was amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think he looked anything like him.
He looked a bit like him, but he had the voice. I thought he just
Thought
had
he
the
crushed it.
mannerisms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
I mean, he did well, but I just think I don't know. I just didn't. I thought it was shit.
Oh, I thought he crushed it. He even kept doing the Elvis voice.
I did for a
afterwards.
bit. Yeah.
What, in
He
interviews
did
and
the Elvis
stuff?
voice in like when he won the Golden Globe or whatever. He did it in his
Thank
acceptance.
you.
I mean, he was a good impressionist at Elvis, I guess.
I loved that
You
film. I
need
thought it
out
was
of an
really
actor
good.
doing a biopic.
I thought.
I mean, I don't. You guys' takes are
But I just
blowing
think-
my mind.
But I don't think he looked anything like him, though.
Like, sure, he did an imitation of me. Like, yeah, it's a biographical.
He was trying to be like Elvis too much.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sometimes these people in biographical pics are dead. You know, so you
There's
have,
plenty
have
of
to get
people-
somebody to do an impersonation.
I mean, I don't think the world is short on Elvis impersonators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, you need.
they
one
are
that
of
can
that
act.
age, though.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
also, I won't. This is probably a judgment that comes from nowhere, but most Elvis impersonators tend not to be as good looking as Elvis.
Yeah.
They tend to be chubby
Yeah,
middle-aged
yeah, yeah.
blokes
I might
having a
get
midlife
into it.
Yeah,
crisis.
they've also aged a lot since the heyday.
Yes,
Which
Whereas-
was, I went to Las Vegas. So Las Vegas has a hockey team now,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
professional hockey team, and they have notoriously they have the best entertainment in the breaks in the hockey.
Right.
It's amazing because of all the entertainers that live there. You get Cirque du Soleil shows.
Yeah.
Super exciting. So I went to a hockey game, I was telling my friends, you're going to wait until you see they'll have awesome halftime. Well, I'll call it halftime, but awesome in between periods entertainment.
Yeah.
And boy, were they disappointed when an Elvis impersonator
I'd
came
love
out,
that.
and it was
That'd be
so
great
lame.
halftime entertainment.
Oh, it was terrible. And
Well,
then
because it's just so obvious thing to do.
and he wasn't that good, and
He can't be not good.
he felt like a last minute replacement. And then
you
he
have
said,
to nail it or nothing.
and then he said, and in the next break, I'm gonna marry 2 people, and he just picked them out of the audience.
Just randoms.
Yeah. Well, I think
Oh, there were a
maybe
couple.
people
How are they
going,
getting on now?
hear them and stuff, and then but it felt forced. It felt pretty like a hostage situation.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, there's some bad Elvis.
Yeah.
Up the road from me in Los Angeles, we have Thai Elvis.
Thai Elvis.
Yeah, who performs in a restaurant all the time, so people come to see Thai Elvis.
I reckon that's probably quite a common thing. I reckon there's quite a lot of other.
There's a lot of Chinese Elvis, isn't there?
Yeah.
Around my area.
On your
You
YouTube,
can't move for them.
on
Do you
your
know what I mean?
YouTube algorithm. I've never seen a different race Elvis.
Really?
Like, is he Thai as in? Is he American Thai, or has he got a Thai? Has he got a Thai accent?
He's got Thai. Yeah, he's
Do an impression
Thai.
of him. What's he sound like? I can't picture it.
well.
Go for it, man.
So let's talk LA. You live in LA now.
Yeah, you stayed at my place.
I did stay at your place over the road
When
from
I wasn't
Chris
there.
Martin's.
You've been at my place more than I have.
Oh yeah, because you were
In
you've
the
been
last
away.
6 months.
How long have you been away?
Been away for a while. I've been away since March.
That's
Yeah.
a long time to.
But I
not be
was
in your
home
own-
for one little pocket.
Yes.
6 days. 6 days I got.
And how long are you here for then?
And now I'm here for 2 months. And then I'll be, because Edinburgh, I'm going to do
Yeah.
Edinburgh. So, and then in September, I'm going to go. In September, I've got some Canadian dates with Jim Jeffries.
Yes.
And then I'll get home to LA in October.
Oh my god, that's so long to be away from. It's weird
It is a
because
little
we were
bit.
away for 3 months this year from here. And when you're away from your place that long, you just forget what it's like.
Yeah, I might have overdone it. I think
Yeah.
I was just, but this is our job, isn't it? We book
Do you
everything.
get homesick and stuff? No.
Well, I think
That's
I
gone.
think I've pushed myself into a phase now where I don't know where home is. But I had a great pandemic. That's the thing. My apartment is awesome.
Yeah.
In the pandemic, so where I was locked down for those 2 years is pretty great.
Yeah.
Where
That
were
whole
you
area
in
is
LA?
great. Yeah, I'm in LA. I'm in East LA. I'm just below like Griffith Park. The famous
We
auditorium.
went up there for the first time.
Yeah.
I've been in the times I've been in LA. I've never been there. It's wicked.
Yeah,
It's a really amazing view. Like,
great place to take people for the day. It's very
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Tesla
yeah.
coils in there. Like there's all kinds of science and history and stuff in there. Kids love it, and it's just a beautiful view.
Yeah.
Great hike going up there. So it's a great little part of Los Angeles. Pretty cost efficient for a traveling entertainer.
Yes.
As well, because West Hollywood is very expensive.
So West Hollywood, that'd be like Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hillsy
area.
and stuff, which people love to, live for the status of it all.
Yeah.
But I think when you're a traveling artist and stuff, you just need a good home base. And so I always recommend East Hollywood because it's a little bit more affordable. So yeah, it was great during the pandemic. And then you know what happens? Pandemic ends. And I just kind of went crazy. I kind of went, all right, I'm booking Canadian tours. I'm booking Edinburgh. I'm booking boom. And and now I'm in the middle of it going, wow, I
actually prefer being at home.
I booked a lot. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to October.
So obviously, when we stayed in your place, like, I think it's a good area to be based. Like, it's a very you can get everywhere very quick.
Yeah.
What I was really surprised by, and I think this is a real LA thing, is how on the second day we were there, I found a coffee shop on the maps. On the maps, I thought that's a 5-minute walk, and then when I went to walk there, it was a 25-minute walk.
Yeah.
And then I told Chris about it, and he had never.
Blue Bottle.
Well, it was called. What was it called? It was real hipster shit. They had a proper roastery out back and stuff.
Right.
But Chris had said he'd never ever walked that far along
To like Los
Hollywood
Feliz.
Boulevard. Yeah, I just walked it, and he said it's almost like unheard of that people just walk.
Especially in LA, yeah. They're
Is
they're
Skid
blown
Row
away
near
by it.
there?
And,
Skid
Skid
Row's
Row.
the other way.
Skid Row's
isn't it?
in town.
Do you ever go down there and have a
City
look
center.
around?
Yeah, inadvertently, but
You want to buy drugs?
if you go into town to go to Staples Center, crypto.com it's called now. Yeah, it's named after a crypto coin. But if you go in there to see sports or whatever, or a concert, and then you're in central LA.
Yeah.
It's like a dodgy, like we have the city here in London, right?
Yeah,
you got Liverpool Street and it's dead on the weekend. I'm not sure if it still is, but it used to be just dead.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Los Angeles city center is like,
Right.
too. There's not a lot going on. You got to go out to like Hollywood's a suburb, Hollywood or
Yeah.
Silver Lake, all those places. They're all kind of
I'd like to go and
outside.
have a look at the roughest areas.
Well, I mean,
You can enjoy.
I mean, there is that thing of the homeless thing is a big deal currently, isn't it?
It
in
is,
the
yeah.
west coast of
It
America.
seems fucking
Yeah.
bleak.
Like
man.
San Francisco, you see it. We went to San Francisco.
Yeah, it's getting
as well.
worse.
It's pretty like different. I mean,
It's all the
sounds
fentanyl
horrible.
and stuff, isn't
Well, yeah,
it?
'cause there's a different different
Such
energy
a
of
good
homeless
drug.
person.
Income inequality.
But like, there's a different like tone to homeless people in the America than to here.
Is
Not,
there?
it almost sounds like I'm saying like we've got a better class of homeless people. But what I mean
Yeah.
is
I
just
think
the
it is
drugs
the
are different.
drugs, yeah.
'Cause here it's all heroin. Like the sort of people on the streets are using heroin.
Okay.
And then,
Fentanyl is like zombies,
crack
isn't
and
it?
things like that are totally different beasts, aren't they?
I
You
guess
know.
so. I mean,
One like heroin. You ain't really bothering anyone on heroin, are
Nah,
you?
you're just like chilling,
Yeah,
man.
you're just fucking just
Nice.
you're just in paradise.
Yeah,
so wait
boy,
a minute. Are
no
you saying
pain,
that your
no
homeless
gain.
people are nicer?
No
No, I'm
pain,
just
no
saying our
pain.
homeless people are much more chilled because of the nature of the substances they use.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
it's a
Like homeless
chiller.
people so whenever I'm in Australia, I notice the homeless people there. And I'm not just saying all homeless people. I'm talking about people that are, drug addicted homeless people.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all on ice, which is amphetamine. So they're all very loud and aggressive.
Yeah,
and
annoying.
I'm not saying they're not aggressive to me, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
true.
they are clearly different to
Hyper,
when you
yeah.
see homeless people here. It's like every country, whatever drug there is the main one, dictates the behaviour of a lot of the.
Yeah, it's also hard to establish boundaries, I think, sometimes.
When you're on.
Well, no, I think the homeless issue in like here you don't there's elements of London where I don't know, it's like policed in a sense that you're not. Okay, I took the train, the subway back from one night. I had my uncle staying over, and we were in town, and I'm on the subway line, which
In
I love as
LA.
well, in LA.
Yeah, so
which there's a stigma about that.
Well, 'cause,
too,
yeah, I mean,
because
and
Los Angeles people are like, why would you take the
Well, that's
subway?
exactly
And I'm like,
people I know live
I lived
there.
in London for 17
That's
years,
it.
man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
To take subways.
Was it quite
and
rough,
stuff,
the
but-
subway? Like,
but it
dangerous?
is quite rough.
That's what I've heard.
And being a tall guy like myself, maybe sometimes I don't notice these dangers.
Yeah.
But on this one trip on the subway once, it was blatantly obvious. And there was a dad and his little daughter, and they were wearing Harry Potter gear because I'm 2 stops away from Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Did you
as
rob
well.
them? Yeah.
And then no, we got
Fuck
me and
them
my
up.
uncle got on this train, and it was all homeless. The homeless people had taken it over, and they were smoking. It was just they were all bending rules.
Nice.
With their oyster
And I
card.
there was the dad and his little girl, just
man.
terrified. I was like, oh my God, like wearing their little Expelliarmus sticks, whatever.
shit.
Wearing their little, and I was like, oh my God. And there was a guy smoking crack, just smoking crack there. I'm with my uncle. I was like, have you ever seen that? My uncle's like, I've never seen this in my life. And I'm like, to be fair, I've never really seen this, but we had just found a traveling
the
band.
It's
party
not. It's not
coach.
well policed then. The
So
subway,
no,
yeah.
there's so that sometimes
You get
I
in
know
trouble on the
because I
Jubilee
don't
line, won't
find
you?
that in London. When I've seen people do stuff and break those rules in London, the police or even security are on them.
Yeah.
Won't let them, are relentless. It just doesn't. I watch it in LA sometimes because
Yeah,
they'll be on
yeah.
the platform on the subways in LA, and you can even see a guy like light up a cigarette, and security will kind of come over and say, "You can't do that." You just see them dab it out. Security walks away, and then you see them light it up again.
yeah.
There doesn't.
Is that because there's worse
to be
crimes
these-
going on? Like there's people getting shot and stuff around, so they've got to
Or I don't
focus
know,
on.
or if it's not incentivized, maybe to
what I
be
mean-
more forceful about the rules
Yeah.
in society.
I suppose what can you do? I mean,
The
there's that
subway
thing
must
of-
be
I always
losing so
see-
much money though for people not wanting to go on there.
Maybe, but then I suppose with homeless people, the argument is, what do you do? Like, if you can't decriminalise
Exterminate
homeless
them
people
all.
because they're
Not
homeless
really.
because they've fallen through the cracks of society.
Yeah.
Where do you move them to? And when you see them getting moved on, I've seen them in London, like when they're sitting
Yeah.
outside of somewhere and they get moved on. It's like but they're just going to go sit somewhere else. That's
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
homeless.
Yeah.
There's
It's
nowhere
going
they
to sit
can
somewhere
go.
else outside.
Yeah. And so it's always like a sort
They
of.
try and get them out of the kind of nicer areas, I guess,
Yeah.
don't they?
That's what I
rude,
think happens,
isn't
and I also think, I think there was a big change when you had the Olympics in 2012.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of whatever
Just
encampments or
hosing them down.
territories.
Training them up to do
Yes, that's what happened. In 2012,
How about the
you guys-
homeless
You
Olympics?
guys got out your big hoses and you just washed them to the west. And it just kind of cleaned up the east of London for the Olympics a
Get
bit.
them out to Essex. That's where we should send them.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Please, nobody clips this conversation.
I slept with the homeless guys once in Victoria. Like, I missed my train and I was lagging, and I just went and sat down with them all and just borrowed a sleeping bag. Just slept all night with them.
You got away with that?
Yeah, I just chatted to them
How
all
did you
night.
look at the time? How did you blend
I was actually in a
with
like a shirt and trouser. I'd been at work, but don't know, man. I just went over there. They thought Jesus had come, just with cash and like buying everyone drink. Someone went to get me some drugs and just didn't come back with the money, but I like didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's called
Like,
being robbed
That's
politely.
definitely gonna happen, innit? And then I saw him an hour later. Like I didn't care.
Maybe
I
that's
remember
why they let you in. You're just a mark.
I remember waking up and coming out the sleep bag, but there's all commuters' feet near my head.
Man.
And I just had another extra lay in a little bit. It was bleak, man.
What was the and how did it end? Like, did you just
I just got up.
did you get up and say goodbye to everyone? Or did you just
I just got up. I can't remember. I was
Irish
so
goodbye.
hungover. I just got a cab home, I think. I could have got a cab home the night before. I definitely could have.
That's a slap in the face.
felt really
you spend all
wild
this
and
time
free.
with homeless people, and then you just my Uber's here.
But we were planning
Lovely
on
hanging.
going to they go to this place for like breakfast. It's £1 a breakfast, like some soup kitchen place.
yeah.
They're all raving on
Like,
there.
where is it? Like, I really wanted to know. I forgot. It's actually 4 homeless people.
Eggs
yeah,
are
yeah.
expensive.
So I thought it
You
was
could
like
go there though.
secret
Anyone,
cheap eats on time
anyone
out.
can go there. Yeah.
Right. Yes. But your
So,
area,
yeah,
but your area didn't
Was
seem
was
particularly.
the tent city still there?
Not. I couldn't find. I mean, there wasn't anything I saw near your place.
We do have a little bit. We're and on our street as well.
Oh,
So Chris
really?
Martin, of course, is a neighbor across the
Yeah,
street.
yeah, yeah.
And then well, we're just off of Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
So there is a bit of a tent city, and it is kind of mind blowing sometimes.
Eric
And
Lamper's over there as well, and did you see him around?
I'm not sure where he lives these
I think
days.
he's on the move at the minute. He's
Oh,
currently
is
he?
riding in a motorbike across America.
Oh, is
He
he?
might even
Yeah.
be in Texas. So I'm not sure. He was there for quite a while. But yeah, we definitely have. There's tent cities, but it's like you said, they move them on after a few weeks, and
And you could just smoke weed over there now, yeah?
of course, yeah, you can get legal edibles. I love a bit of the California edibles.
Well, we had. I've mentioned it on here. We had mushroom chocolate when we were in a bar around the corner from your flat, and it was great.
Yeah,
Really
nothing wrong with
fun.
that stuff.
Because I've tried, Ed, I prefer something like that is hallucinogenic than just like THC chocolate. Anytime I've eaten like hash brownies and that, they just mess me up more than if I did a hallucinogen.
See, I'm kind of both, but I microdosed mushrooms during the pandemic for about a month and a half.
Now we know what you
And
had
how
at the
much
pandemic.
as a
pretty good time.
microdose would you do? Like really, really tiny?
Well, it helped me. I was a full blown. I was drinking too much for about a month, and then what did I? How much?
Yeah, like 0.1 of a gram or something.
Yeah, like it's almost like little nibbles, a little bit of a stem every few hours.
I did it once,
And
and I
it
had
was
to
pretty
take Ren into nursery because
Yeah.
her mum wasn't there. And it was a preschool, like when they're about 3, and
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
doing like bubble gum. You know when when all the bubbles come out the gum. But I was I was looking at the bubbles, just going whoa, and I had to keep reining myself in, but I just kept getting distracted. It was so amazing. I'm like whoa, and I'm like fuck, man. I did a little bit too much. Do you know what I mean?
I was gonna say that's how you can gauge yourself. So I was microdosing, but then when everything got a little too vivid, I called her like, oh, maybe I should.
I'm too enthusiastic.
I'll slow down for a little bit. Then you get
Like,
it back
I
under
just had to
control.
breathe through it and just like, right, rein yourself in, man.
So yeah, no, I had stocked up over time. I had I had enough intoxicants of various kinds in my fridge.
Yes.
When the pandy hit, and then I was like, oh, and then I just realized about a month because I was just started drinking too much. And then I was about a month in. Maybe I should start going through my supplies in my fridge.
Yeah.
So,
Are
so I did.
hallucinogens legal though? Or are they like is it a grey area?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a gray area, but I don't think they're legal.
No,
you know.
because it was. Do you remember that period they were legal here for?
Yeah,
Were
2
they?
years.
Yeah,
I remember Salvia
I lived here
was.
for
Yeah.
that.
you could buy mushrooms.
Yeah.
You could buy them. I remember there was
In
a shop
Camden,
There was
in those little.
I didn't know that.
But there was a shop
Yeah.
in next to Oxford Circus Station that is now an underwear shop,
Oh yeah.
and that
Do you
used
still
to
go
just
there?
yeah, to sniff them.
I remember that.
I used to go in that shop, and it just was one of them shops that just sold random shit, and you could just buy magic mushrooms.
Yeah,
I bought Salvia once
they
in a
were-
shop like that, and
Salvia's
that's
gross,
so
man.
strong.
It fucks you up.
I went to another world for a little
what is
while.
it?
Salvia. It's
Similar to DMT.
You
It's
go
it's
to
in a
another
similar
planet for a
world
little while.
in terms of
Wow.
what it is. But I remember I smoked
that's
it,
illegal now.
and
I
it
think
felt, I
it
felt like
should
I had a
be.
stroke when I did Salvia. Like I smoked it, and it felt like one side of my face just went.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I wonder why I don't know what that one is.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's the Salvia divorium or something
yeah.
plant.
I
Yeah.
love that little window of time though in the early 2000s when the mushrooms. So Camden Town
yeah.
was like some of the shops just had those. They were like little plastic Tupperware things, like what you would buy asparagus or broccolini in now,
It's the same as
and it
Amsterdam.
just had all the different philosopher's stone, all the different mushrooms.
Because in Amsterdam, that's what
Not-
you get them in.
I
You
didn't
get
know
them
Not
that.
expensive or anything.
Yeah.
And then your government decided after a couple of great summers,
I know.
maybe you people shouldn't have this.
But also, it wasn't. The weird thing is, it wasn't that popular. It wasn't like everyone was on them. Like it was just, it was still quite a.
I don't think it had totally cracked like mainstream
No,
culture yet.
I don't think
was
it
still a
has.
bit of a
Yeah, people were still a bit nervous about them. I
like
remember.
even when edibles come here
Yeah.
or cannabis for that matter, it'll probably take a while before you guys are like
Yeah.
all like easing
I think the
into
younger
it.
kids are getting into them a little bit, yeah, like teenagery kind of age. But like Lucas is on it now.
Yeah.
Are you fucked up
some in
now?
my tea.
You're high now.
Trimming my balls with his mushroom tea.
Yeah, I think
you have
I think
tea, don't you?
edibles are great.
Right.
I enjoy them.
but
a
how
lot,
strong?
so-
Well, what's the? Because I've always just overdone it, basically.
Yeah.
So what's the
When I first-
optimum level of what's the effect of the optimum level of an edible?
Well, it depends on there's different types as well.
Right.
Sativa and indica.
So what's the difference?
That's like weed. Two different types.
Sativa, that's the two types of weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for edibles. We're talking about edibles, right?
yeah.
Sativa is more for your brain and stuff, and like you can write, you can be
And
active.
indica
It can
is-
almost, and indica
It's
is
more
like
mongy.
yeah, you can remember it by going into couch.
Did
Indica,
you say monged out?
indica, yeah,
Right, yeah,
makes you
maybe.
No. Oh,
mong.
sorry. It's
It's allowed. Sure, we'll allow it. It's the good way to remember is to go into couch.
yeah.
So
yeah,
if you
yeah.
just want to be brain
The
dead,
sativa's more
and a
creative, and you can get more alert
Yeah,
and
okay.
energy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Sativa's like I feel in control when I'm on sativa,
Yeah.
and I feel done when I'm on indica.
Right, yeah.
And you're just brain dead, and you just like watch TV or whatever. Into couch, you're sunk. You're sunk
Okay.
into the couch.
Yeah.
And so I'm a indica.
And you vape it, do you, or you stick it in a spliff?
No, I like the edibles. So
Oh,
so
sorry.
basically they're all divided up. They're usually 5 milligrams. So and I prefer sativa. A lot of them are hybrids in the edibles
Yeah.
as well. And anywhere. So when I first did them, like you were saying, you do tend to overdo
Yeah,
it because
definitely.
people who do a lot are just pounding back 60 milligrams, 100 milligrams, and
man.
I don't know how they do it. Some of
And
them.
what do they look like then? Like
They come
I've
in
never
all
seen
shapes
one.
and sizes. You can get like chocolate covered blueberries if you want, but you can get
Mama.
like gummies.
sounds
and-
nice.
does
I might
sound
get it,
nice.
but without the drugs in it.
Chocolate blueberries.
Ooh, that sounds.
I might pop 100 grams of that, mate.
Imagine going into the
I don't give a
cannabis.
fuck, mate.
We should going into the cannabis store and ordering that. Oh, look, I like the looks of them.
Yeah, can I just have a normal smoothie? Is that okay? Have you got any carrot juice?
Yeah. So yeah, I like the gummies and stuff, and
I
I
can't
did. I
handle
started off
anything
on the
now.
chocolate covered blueberries,
Um,
but that was it. I used to do 30, 40, but now I can do 10, and somehow I think your body gets better at knowing it.
yeah.
Yeah, get used to it.
Which is weird because in alcohol your tolerance builds up.
Yeah.
So you need to drink more.
What's that? That's
But,
a bit like, obviously the people that are against drug legalization say that if you legalize it, everyone's going to do it.
It does
Yeah,
feel like
that's-
it is suggested that you do it if it's legal, eh? Like, or it's
Well, I mean, I'd say in terms of this is my own.
There'd definitely be more
observation
problems
in terms of, say, somewhere like LA. Like, people I know that never smoked weed, now it's legal, do smoke weed.
Yeah.
That suggests that there is some truth in that, but it might not be the negative truth that some people think. Like, but
that's why most people drink, because it's legal. If it was illegal, I guess.
I think so too. Like, my parents are a good example because in Canada, it's cannabis is legal nationally now, right? On the whatever it's called, federal level or whatever. So my dad, who claims to have been quite a pothead in his college days before he joined the military, he says he was all smoking pot and stuff. But I noticed intimidation out of him when it was creeping in, because it got legalized in California first, and when he'd be with me, I was like, "You want to try it?" But it was still illegal in Nova Scotia, where we're from. So he was like, "Ooh," so he's intimidated. Now the government allows it, and when I've been home, he's like, "Let's go get some cannabis," and I'll sit there with some cannabis drinks. But he's still a little bit. Seems a little bit timid. Like, he'd rather hit the whiskey.
Yes.
He'd rather pound back the whiskey and I'm just going, just try it. Try drinking your cannabis drinks the way you drink whiskey.
When you first start doing it after a long period, though, you get that bit paranoid and stuff. Some people don't like that kind of feeling. Yeah, I suppose.
But you get that on a drunken hangover too.
Yeah,
There's no time I haven't woke up after a bender and gone, "Oh, what did I do?
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Why did I say that to her last night?"
I know.
So it doesn't matter. There's no drug that makes you awesome. There's only drugs
there's always a payoff, isn't there?
There's only drugs that make you think you're crushing it. I'm
Psychedelics,
so smooth
though,
right
you
now.
can have kind of an afterglow if you do it right.
Yeah.
If the person
you can have a mad downer though, can't you?
I think it always looks bad to the
physical.
other people around you if they're not on it. You don't want to be the only one on the.
That's horrific.
That's a bad one.
But if everybody's on them, then you're all awesome together.
Yeah.
But if you're the only one, you're a lot less
physically drained though. Like, if I did a lot of hallucinations in one day or
I think it's
night,
all the anxiety. It just knackers
the
you.
next day I was physically like
All the
I'd run
fear.
a marathon or something.
Yeah.
But I never really felt any mental degradation from them. I was gonna say we should go to the group, see what questions we've got.
Yeah, no, I find that it expands your. You can get a good balance of, like, when you're writing comedy as well. There's what's that? I used to say, like, you can do a lot of things when you're high, but they're never the things that you intended to do before you got high. Because that's true. So what you got to do a lot of times is get enough of your work done, get a blueprint for what you're doing, then get high, and then you can expand on it.
But if you from that, from being high, like going down,
I have definitely expanded on ideas. But anything you come up with when you're high is never.
I used to do it on weed.
It's always a pile.
I'll be like writing on weed, and then I'm like, I've just wrote an hour, and then the next day it's like you're not even like fucking ineligible.
But if you need some tags and stuff, you do tend to come up with those.
Man.
If you can sit there and mock yourself and mock the material you already have, then you're like, oh, that's a good way to take it. But you ain't gonna come up with good new ideas.
Your ideas are pants.
Let's see what questions we've got. I mean, this is quite a sort of classic from Maria. Best, worst, most memorable times you or someone else put, or maybe not, hecklers in their place from one of your gigs. What's the heckling situation in America? Does it happen as often as it would in the heyday here?
I don't think so. I think British people are much more participatory in their comedy.
We don't have an inside voice.
I had a great one the other night. I had a really good show in Petersfield, but just one guy, I guess, didn't like me, and just Ian Stone was with me. Stoney was laughing his ass off because the guy came up. He's like, after the gig. After the gig.
Oh, that's even worse.
And he goes, "Were you the comedian?" And I was like, yeah, I was the comedian. You should at least know that. So he didn't even know who he was.
I mean, he thought you might be. Like, if he thought you might be, it means he saw you.
But this maybe should have been my first clue. And then I actually have a recording of him, because then he just stood there and berated me for about 2 minutes. This is absolute shit. You're shit.
Jesus Christ.
Because I thought there was going to be a twist. I thought he was just going to go, and then I realized, you're not. You're some shit.
That's all you wanted to say.
I'm looking at, and I'm just laughing because I'm pretty sure I have a good gauge on when. Like, if you actually have a shit gig and then somebody's telling you shit, that's devastating.
Well, 'cause you're like, yeah,
I know.
That would be
Because
horrible.
you're fucking well sensitive.
Yeah, you're like, I am shit.
Yeah.
But this was just a
You're
crazy
right.
man.
Thanks for the feedback.
I mean, he obviously had some sort of mental problems, but you do not get this in America at all. They're very supportive in America. They're very like, we wish you all the best.
But it can happen. I remember seeing a comedy show in New York where a woman from Philadelphia threw a glass at a comedian.
Right.
So it can happen, but I just think it's less
Oh, yeah.
common.
Well,
I mean,
throwing,
that's pretty
they're throwing on the
brutal.
glass, too, because they overdo it.
Right, so in America it's don't heckle or assault someone.
or they
It is.
stab
That's
you.
That's kind of the gauge for Americans. They either go
Okay.
over the top.
Yes.
So I think they don't know how to express like disapproval unless it's just an
Yeah,
explosion of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But British people can be clever in there.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can cutting. They're almost like, I'm gonna defeat you
Yes.
somehow. I'm not gonna like ridicule you or be mean to you. I'm gonna try to outdo you.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you feel bad.
Yeah.
So what did you say back to it at the end?
You know what? I was laughing and laughing. I ended up holding up my camera and going, do you want to tell this to the camera?
Why don't you play it now?
Should I?
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. So it's 20. But this
What if it was Lucas?
Look, okay, so he's,
Oh, I thought I
so he's not a hell of a looker.
Oh, he looks like
So
a mad old man.
he looks psycho. I don't. Can you?
Put it on.
Well, you can see a photo there on the thing, but let's do the audio into the mic.
So okay, I'll do the audio into the mic. And you can hear me just kind of egging him on at this point. Because it took me, I didn't have my camera out the whole time, but when we were just like, this guy's not going to stop. And as you can tell too, he's right in my face.
Yeah, he is.
He's like right there.
Jesus.
For anyone just listening, he's an old gentleman.
Yes.
With
He's
wild
cowboy
eyes.
hat on.
He's
He's
wearing
older.
a hat, like
It-
a trilby.
It was determined
And a
afterwards that
Hawaiian
he maybe
shirt.
has some early on
He might have a bit of Forrest Gump.
I'll turn this up.
Got a bit of the gump.
He was a bit gumpy.
Here we go. I mean, I don't think this shows me in the greatest light, too. Hey, you guys want to see clips of people who hate me? Tell me how shit it was. Free speech. Tell me how shite. What was your least favorite part of my performance?
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
And it was absolute shite.
Absolute
Do you
shite.
think I should just quit now? Okay, thanks. I really appreciate
What an
it.
unhappy bloke, though, to
No.
Yeah, he was a pretty
Doesn't he start by saying free speech? Is that
Free
what he's saying?
speech.
Yeah.
Anyone who
That's
how
says
you know
free
it's gonna be
speech,
bad.
you're like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. What
Yeah, I agree. I believe in free speech, but not for you. I think you
And,
should
yeah.
shut up.
So, but what's remarkable? I swear it was a good show. It was a good show, but I've never had that brazenness doesn't happen in America.
No.
I think maybe they just walk
That's
away.
quite rare in England.
from
though,
that.
That
isn't
is
it?
rare. I've had it once.
Well, come on tour with me, guys.
I might have told it on here. I might have told it when did we have Rob Collins on once?
Oh, yeah.
Because me and Rob Collins once did
Shout out,
I was
Rob.
very new, and I did a gig at what was the one? Comedy Caf. And I went on, and I had a good gig. Like I was like an open spot. I think it was a new act competition. I might have won it or something. I can't even remember. But afterwards, I was having a cigarette with Rob outside, and some guy came up and said to Rob, "Oh mate, you're the compare, your quality you are." And turned to me and went, "Oh mate, just want to say I think you're shit," like that.
Oh.
And I went,
Was it the night I was on as well?
I
No.
don't know.
Oh.
But
Because me, you,
Another
and him
night when
did-
he was shit.
Yeah. That was another night, yeah. Because I saw the set. I thought it might have been.
Oh, God, we do have fragile spirits.
but no, he was just so like, yeah, no, mate, just got to say, I know people were laughing, but it just wasn't for me. It was just so cold. And then
They
Rob,
just think you're so thick-skinned,
I
don't they,
know.
audience members? They don't realise.
but
Like,
to his credit, Rob turned around and went, "Mate, you need to fuck off because you're a cunt."
Yeah.
And the bloke was all shocked, thinking he was because he was
Good.
comparing. He thought Rob was doing a bit.
yeah,
And he started laughing, and Rob went, "No, mate, seriously, you just come up and been rude. Fuck off, you're a cunt.
That's-
I don't want to talk to you." And the guy was so
That is
shocked,
so rude, though, to
and
do
he
that.
walked off like proper shell shocked.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, "Hang on, you were rude. You can't then get upset that
That's-
somebody's rude to you."
To Ian Stone's credit, to Stoney's credit, because
Yeah.
Stoney the guy was just in my face, just doing it and looking like a psycho as well. Like it felt like it could go quite stabby at some point. And I'm laughing it off and everything, going, okay, thanks, you've made your point. Everybody's happy. You know, I was doing the whole thing of, you heard everybody laughing, everybody's happy here except for you. And then Stoney who was just back on my right, did step forward and do that role as well. Like, all right, okay, mate, you've made your point. It's time to move on.
Should have just nutted him, mate.
Should have stabbed the cunt.
If it's not for the support of the other comedians around us,
Was that Chaz's
sometimes-
gig down there?
in Petersfield, it is, yeah.
yeah.
And what a lovely little gig.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've not seen any real big heckles in a while. I've not seen a proper heckler or a heckle exchange in memory. I can't think of one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing too. I was going to say, like in that case of the story you're saying too. I think sometimes they want to do it. They're like they come out.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm gonna have a confrontation or a conflict, and so they've already turned themselves off before the show started, and then they're watching on which one of these guys can I make myself dislike.
Yeah.
I doubt it's just in the moment they do it. Suddenly, it's more in their head, innit? Yeah.
Which used to happen. Like I saw in '99 when I was first like working at the Edinburgh Festival in the Gilded Balloon. There was professional bands of hecklers going around and trying to ruin shows.
Got together. Let's do this.
Like because I saw Ben Norris. I saw these guys in at Ben Norris's show. Just willfully, Ben's only about 10 minutes in, just doing their best to throw him off, and that seemed to me to be a very British thing. 20 years ago.
But I do think that old the way people talked about the old Up the Creek and the Tunnel Club. Heckling was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's died out now, and you just get the odd rude wanker.
Yeah.
I think it is that culture is dead. I think.
Yeah, and I think because comedy too has become more varied.
Yes.
Comedy has more of a variety. There's more takes. There's a lot of comedy that's not of a backup.
Yeah.
So when you're heckling those people, it's almost like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The audiences are younger as well.
Well, there is
and
like
young people
people
are like always online, so they're probably more like anxious to talk.
Yeah.
Like have you seen that club where it's like the audience members get a card and it'll be like, don't talk to me if I have this card.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
I'm gonna
very
talk straight to them.
Yeah. I feel like
Destroy them.
I feel like
I'm
that's
pull that
like
out when I'm getting heckled.
Yeah.
Pull one up to that guy.
I want to hold one and do my set.
You know what else? You know what else is contributing to it is that this new era of social media, and like these reels and stuff where it's a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
So it's making audiences actually enjoy the interaction more and going, what kind of weird thing about myself can I share that can make this a big moment? So there's a lot less trying to defeat the comic up there, but trying to maybe if
get
I can
a bit out of it.
Then I can be like they're doing.
Maybe I'll go viral.
So it's changing the
when did you
that
start
interaction
stand up?
In '99.
99.
Yeah. So in Scotland as well.
I remember seeing you at the store once. Must have been like maybe 2000, maybe, no?
Yeah.
Were you there early?
You
got there quick then, yeah.
I did get, I was pretty, I had
You had long hair, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had like almost not dreads, but not
I
far
had
off
dreads. I got dreads in 2001, so I had dreads from 2001 till 2007.
It was a different time, wasn't it?
Well, that's it too. Like I had dreads.
They were different times.
Well, to me, it was a rock and roll thing. And,
Yeah.
And then you look back, or even, I mean, I've even gotten in trouble in like I think 3 years ago. I got called into a showrunner's room to discuss because one of the younger writers on our staff had discovered my dreadlocks. And I'm having this conversation. I remember saying to her, I'm like, this was 14, like the last time I had was 14 years ago. And she goes, but it's very insensitive. And I don't think you realize the damage that you probably caused at the time.
Oh my
And I was like,
God. What damage?
Like, oh my God, I promise you I didn't cause any damage. And then I was arguing about it, in 2019. I'm having a debate about a hairstyle that I had 14 years.
So did you have them plaited or something, or did you just let them?
It wasn't just that. It was probably the Jamaican hat and the Bob Marley t-shirt.
No, I had
KKK outfit.
thick white boy dreads. I loved my dreads actually. I thought they were great. I have no regrets. No matter how much Americans can.
I don't think you should have any regrets, man. It's like you're not doing
but
anything wrong.
But I think there's sometimes other people put a history on things that you did, which is completely incorrect.
Yeah.
Because the way this younger writer was trying to paint it was that like as if I had done it on purpose to offend the black community, which is the weirdest motivation you can create.
Yes.
Why would I do that?
It's a lot of effort to go.
I very much did it because to me it was rock and roll. I came from the 90s. I came from a very like Blind Melon, Faith No More. All these rock bands in the 90s where if you watch any of their music videos and stuff, you're going to see what white guy. You'll see just human beings who have this hairstyle. Which was almost just standing up to society. It was a different statement than what they want to sometimes say, and I'm like, that's not what I was doing at all.